We are live and we're going to be talking about another biggest day in crypto and stock history. That's primarily because we are anticipating to see rate cuts tomorrow. That is when the Fed is going to meet. That is when they are going to talk. And that is when we are going to, in fact, get a rate cut. I'm excited. You should be excited. We're going to see a lot of volatility. Well, maybe, we have no idea. But there's also some really interesting news coming from Pantera about Solana and XRP. Well. I know WendyO is always late. We got a lot going on over here. Oh, my air fryer. Anyways, big shout out to the channel members, to Mr. Dale, to Mr. R, to Mr. John, gorgeous Alexandra, who else? Mr. D, DN, shout out to being here, for being here. Mr. Lawrence, who else? Mr. R, and yes, let's go ahead and get started because there's a lot. How was the goth party, dude? It was wonderful. It was actually a club. I've been going there for like 20 years. It's super, super fun. I love it. But if you had to pick one, Solana or XRP, which one? Which one do you think? We're going to talk about that too. But most importantly, rate cuts are coming tomorrow. Rate cuts are coming. There's quite a few things happening. I really think we're going to see rate cuts. And again, my perfect scenario about rate cuts, crypto spot ETFs getting approved, and just things absolutely going insane. Lo is feeling better. Thank you so much, Lawrence. Good morning, gorgeous Julie. She is at school today. It's been hectic, but she's all good, no fever, all good. Also, too, I got to tell you guys about this shirt in a little bit, but we have a lot to cover. All right, so this is from KBYE letter. I can never pronounce it. But anyways, they say JP Morgan on Fed rate cuts this morning, and this is at 5:87 or 5:27 a.m. PT. When the Fed cuts rates with S&P 500 within 1% of all-time high, which again, when we talk about the S&P 100 at all-time, we are at all-time high. We are at all-time high. This is where we're at. We are at all-time high. It doesn't really matter a percent or not. No, it doesn't. That's just kind of stupid commentary in my personal opinion, but I digress. When the Fed cuts rates with S&P 500 within an all-time high, it results in an average return about 15% over the next 12 months. Furthermore, according to our research, 1 month performance is more spotty, with stocks ending lower 50% of the time frame. History says near-term volatility after Wednesday's rate cut will be long-term buying opportunity. So they're saying that there is going to be volatility and it's going to be a long-term buying opportunity with the rate cuts. However, what we're talking about with crypto is completely different, because again, crypto is a brand new sector. Well, a very much newer sector that hasn't really had so much attention until now. They also said if history repeats itself, the S&P 500 will hit $7,600 in 2026. And if that's the case, and we do pump about, hold on, let me go back over here. If we do pump another $1,000, crypto is going to pump. Well, Bitcoin, we know, will pump as well, because again, we've had multiple traditional financial entities come out and people say, hey, yes, shout out to Devu. We always love Devu. I'll get back to that in a second, but thank you so much to Terry for the $9.99 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for supporting me and the channel. And again, this all goes back to Lo, letting me be a stay-at-home mama. But back to this over here. If we go to $7,600 in 2026, which they're saying, let's go and just draw a cute little line. Let's just say here, we'll go ahead and do a vertical line just so we can mark it. Bitcoin is going to pop off as well. When we do take a look at Bitcoin, let's see. Bitcoin has essentially been in an upward trajectory as well as SPX and stocks. SPX started its upward trajectory 4/21 of 2025. Oopsie. Hold on. 4/21. Come on, Wendy, get it together. Vertical. 4/21. Bitcoin. Yeah, about the same time. That's when Bitcoin really found its bottom. So a lot of the stocks and crypto are kind of coordinated. So S&P broke their all-time high. They're still at an all-time high. Bitcoin was at an all-time high. It's no longer. But if, let's say, we do get these rate cuts and we get $1,000 added to S&P, Bitcoin is going to pop as well. If Bitcoin pops, crypto will follow to an extent. And I think the way that crypto follow to an extent will be with whatchamacallit. Will be with the crypto spot ETF. So if we go ahead and we add a little bit of a line here, there we go over there. All right. So we're going to see Bitcoin pop, and we'll probably see $150,000 Bitcoin. Probably. So that's kind of the scenario that we're all looking for. Bitcoin dominance is currently running up again, which is maybe one of the reasons why alts are doing well. I don't know. Isn't that always an interesting thing? People say, and again, I didn't have a whole lot of time to look at this stuff today, but isn't it always interesting? People have these set scenarios in their head when X does, if X equal, it's been a long morning. A really, really long morning. But they always talk in absolutes, which is really interesting because Bitcoin dominance is pumping and altcoins are pumping, which is pretty interesting stuff. And you guys have to excuse me. It's been when you got a sick kid, it's been a day. Plus, I'm just a little bit out of my mind as well today. So dominance is up. Altcoins are up. So again, we should be seeing a little bit of a, hopefully, fingers crossed, these crypto spot ETFs get approved, rates get cut tomorrow. Again, the folks over at BlackRock are calling for rate cuts, and whomever else. I think that we need rate cuts, so I think it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Total 3. I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance. It's on the other one. But let's go ahead and talk really, really quickly. I want to talk about crypto stuff, okay? Because we talked a little bit about the Fed rates, because I do think we are going to get Fed rates dropped. I think they're going to announce it. The conversation is going to come out. It's going to be anywhere between 25 and 50 BPS. But I want to take a quick segue a little bit over to crypto, and then we'll get back to this in a little bit, because we have some banking stats and we've got some other things happening as well. And we do have to talk about the potential rumor, the rumor about HEDERA Foundation acquiring TikTok, because that is a rumor, something that was talked about a while ago. So we'll see. And then we've got a lot of HEDERA news and XRP news, Solana news, Ethereum, whatever. So first and foremost, let's take a look and listen to this clip. Shout out to the guys over at Good Morning Crypto. Love to see it. Let's go ahead and listen to this clip from, and this is just not a CNBC guest. This is the guy from Pantera. They manage about $4.8 billion, I believe. Something like that. Just a little bit.
We've had huge positions in Ethereum in the past. We used to be 100% Bitcoin. Something could come out tomorrow.
Is there anything out there, though, that's interesting to you? The reason I ask is I would hope that, Solana was created many years ago. Ethereum was created many years ago. Bitcoin was created many years ago.
Yeah.
I would like to think that technology and technologists have come up with better solutions since then.
Well, Solana could do...
This is the thing. I want to interrupt a little bit, too, because the host point is that, hey, these technologies have been created a while ago, but why aren't we seeing real adoption? The reason why we're not seeing real adoption with Ripple essentially replacing Swift and Solana and Ethereum and all these things taking over is because crypto has been suppressed and it has been oppressed. And it has been oppressed by traditional finance, by the SEC, and by other public servants. Okay? So there's that.
I think 9 billion transactions a day, which is more than all capital markets combined. So
right.
It's not obviously need the next thing past Solana.
So you think it just doesn't matter?
Yeah, and there might be other use cases, like Ripple's going after Swift, Bitcoin's digital gold. There's several different major use cases, but Solana's very good at the performant blockchain.
Okay, so he's talking about Solana and XRP here, and this is why I like to diversify. And this is why I am not a chain maxi. The reason why I'm not a chain maxi and why I own Solana and XRP and Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything in between is because I like to diversify. If you're not diversifying, again, when we're talking about investing in general, there's risks. There's always risk associated. Always risks associated, in my personal opinion. But when you diversify, you're kind of hedging against yourself in a way. And anybody can, hedge against themselves and diversify. Crypto IRA, if you would like to take a look at ITRUST, we're partnered with them. Great platform over there. Also, too, if you use code Wendy9, you get a little bit of something. Also, too, they do offer gold. Someone asked yesterday, and I figured that that ITRUST had gold for those of you that want to hedge with gold. However, I wouldn't have enough time to look into it. I like VeChain. I love that. But at the same time, you can get exposure to gold through ITRUST, and we are partnered with them. So I just want to let you know. Thank you so much to Lawrence for the $5 super chat. I cannot do a power nap because I got to pick my mom up and take her grocery store today. Time hedges risk. Well, I like to hedge. All right. So basically in this clip over here, he's kind of really just talking about what's going on with Solana and Ripple and what's going on. And I do think that Ripple will continue to make a lot more moves in the coming years, primarily because they're actually legally allowed to. They're literally allowed to. Okay. So let's get into the next story over here. this is this is also another clip from the article about that conversation, which again, the Pantera, an executive from Pantera, but again, Pantera launches Solana DAT. So Solana had better performance than Bitcoin over the last 4 years, said Pantera's Dan Morehead. And the reason why he's saying this is because it's true. Altcoins generally perform a lot better than Bitcoin in most cases. A lot of the top stuff. And that just, it is what it is. And that's just because Bitcoin has the largest market cap out of crypto. So again, the larger market cap you have, the harder it is to move because it's just harder. That's just how it works. If you want to see number go up, you need to have liquidity come in. You need to have more volume come in. And we're going to start seeing that happening. I know we're going to talk about that in a second. Again, it's a rumor. I have no idea if it's true or not. And I made sure to clarify that for you guys. So over here, he says that Bitcoin could reach $750,000 in 4 to 5 years. Pantera's first Bitcoin target was $5,000 in 2013 when Bitcoin was $104. Solana is Pantera's biggest position today. Morehead rejects a winner-take-all idea in crypto. He expects a small handful of layer ones to survive long term. And you know what? I love that. That's a really, really, really good take. And this is why I like HBAR. This is why I like VeChain. This is why I like XRP. This is why I like Ethereum and Solana and whatever other layer ones, okay? I like them and I like to diversify. I think layer ones are wonderful. Okay. So I've got a diversified portfolio. I think it's always a good idea for other people to consider that. You guys know how that works, but this is all good stuff coming out. And again, Solana is a great competitor against Ethereum and ADA is a great competitor against Ethereum. But the thing is too, is like when we're comparing XRP to Solana, we do need to take in mind that they have different goals. Like XRP and Ripple's ecosystem, in my personal opinion, is more so banker stuff, like to replace Swift and to really like work with the banks and whatnot. Solana is more of a direct competitor of Ethereum, in my opinion, and they want to take over that market share and become Wall Street's coin. Now, when we're talking about banks and Wall Street, even though they're part of traditional finance, they're different entities, and the reason why they're different entities, I think, yeah, VeChain is layer one. I think come on, guys, I got a lot going on in my head right now. But anyways, it works a little bit differently. They're different sectors of traditional finance, and there's room for everybody, and competition is good. Now, one of the cool things I wanted to shout out with Ripple is really, really cool. I love this story. I think it's absolutely wonderful. Okay. So U.S. small businesses and veterans embody resilience and opportunity through Ripple's 25 million RLUSD commitment to Action Opportunity Fund and Hire Heroes USA. We're helping to expand access to capital, training, and careers so they can help power the future in the economy. You guys know I support veterans. I come from a military family. I think we're, on my dad's side, there's 5 generations of them, and all immigrants. So, well, not all immigrants, but they stem from immigrants that came here right before the Great Depression on both sides. So I love that they're doing this. I think it's wonderful. And to all of you that are watching that are veterans, thank you so much for your service. Appreciate you. But basically, it's going to provide $500,000 in direct funding to entrepreneurs. And Hire Heroes aims to create 14,000 employment opportunities for veterans and military spouses and launch a fintech career program with $900 million annual economic impact. This is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I actually lost money on Rainmaker. I have no money from them. I invested quite a bit of money and I got nothing back. I didn't even get my tokens. So yeah, cool, huh? And that's part of it. Like this is the thing with crypto is that you invest in things and like you lose money. That's what happens. And the cool thing is we're operating in a true decentralized economy so that you can like make up your own decisions. So if you're crying about it on the internet, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, we lost quite a bit of money with that. Yeah, but it's part of it. That's what happens. So I'm not doing much investing in a lot of some of the newer stuff I will invest in, but a lot of them I'm just holding on to a lot of my my other stuff. So I do a little bit of investing here and there, but a lot of the pre-sales and stuff, not doing it anymore because we lost money. We lost a lot of money. But anyways, let's go on to the next story. Now, back to the Federal Reserve stuff. This is a very interesting thing that's happening right now. Okay. So appeals court blocks Trump's attempt to remove Fed Governor Lisa Cook. And again, this could potentially impact rate cuts. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, you're blocked because that's what we do here. One thing about me is I'm not a liar. I'm probably one of the most honest content creators in this industry, and I don't have time for any of the drama. I really, really, really don't. And I get a lot of interesting opportunities that come across my desk all the time, and I turn most of them down for obvious reasons. But anyways, let's keep it going. So, appeals court to block Trump attempt to remove Fed Governor Lisa Cook. So this came out yesterday. We all know that Trump wants Lisa Cook gone because she is against lowering interest rates and allegedly she committed fraud with mortgage. So she will keep her role based off of a key policy meeting, but Trump did try to fire her over unproven mortgage fraud claims, which she denies. She is suing him in response, and it's the first time in Fed history a president has sought to remove a sitting governor. Case may go to Supreme Court. On the same day, Trump pro-crypto advisor Stephen MIRAN was confirmed to the Fed board. MIRAN joins the Fed just in time for a rate cut decision. And that was a very, 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 very interesting play. Very interesting play. Trump is basically putting people into which story? You can't tell me to cover a story and not tell me what it is. I'm getting irritated with the chats today. Just kidding. I love you guys. Okay. So we're going to have somebody that's pro crypto to come to the Fed, which is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. Okay. Next piece of information over here. And then we're going to go into more charts. All right. We talked about this the other day, but I did see a post that about banks sitting on $395 billion in unrealized losses as of quarter 2 of 2025. We talked about this yesterday, but we're going to talk about we're going to go ahead and talk about it again. And I did read somewhere, I don't have the article in front of me, but I did read somewhere this is the highest that it's been since the 2008 housing crisis. That's what it says. But it also looks like if we look at this chart over here, so I don't know how accurate it is, but if we look, it's super big over here, then it's super big at like 2008, but looked like it was even bigger in 2018. So I don't know. But anyways, I wanted to share that with you. Oh, wait, is it? Oh, no, this one over here. Another one. The bottom 50% of U.S. households just hold 2.5% of total U.S. wealth. History says rate cuts with stocks at record highs will lead to even more record highs from now 12 months. Asset owners will party and the wealth gap will widen, especially core CPI inflation is back above 3%. This is the thing. When we're talking about today when we're talking about today and 2008, it's completely different. I was there through 2008, and we're talking about 2008. People still had credit card debts and auto loans and those types of things, but the real issue was housing. And a lot of people made poor decisions when they entered into mortgage agreements, and there was a lot of predatory practices, which you really can't blame them for that because, again, we're really not educated on how finance works. So a lot of people got wrecked because they entered into like jumbo loans and the fluctuating interest rates, all those types of things. I forget it's a balloon or something like that. So you can't, it was just a really horrible period. But credit card debt wasn't necessarily as high. And Americans have always been bad with debt because and especially now in 2025 and even 2020, I am seeing so much crazy insanity on the internet about all these financial advisors, these financial gurus basically trying to get people to take debt out. And I get that. But if you don't know how to take debt out properly and you don't know, or you don't have enough capital to pay back, you have to understand people with a lot of capital that take debt out, they have enough in reserves to cover all of that. They just take it out for tax breaks and benefits, whatever. They've got teams of attorneys, they've got financial advisors, and they've got really great CPAs. So you have to know how to play with that. But when we're talking about credit card debt sucks now because most people that have credit card debt in 2025 and even since 2020 Lawrence, you're right. Debt is a tax deduction to an extent. There's a certain percent that you can deduct. The thing is, though, is other people are pushing others or getting this really weird thing in their head is like, hey, take out this debt because you could do X, Y, and Z. But they don't understand, and the people that are doing it, they might know what they're doing, or they're pushing these stupid narratives. But the people that are taking debt out, they're not really understanding how that works. And they don't have a team of people behind them. They don't have the financial advisors. They don't have the CPA, and they don't have the lawyers and whatnot. That's my whole thing. You can't just take out debt and be like, okay, cool. So, but the difference now is with all this credit card debt and all the insanity that's happening is most people are taking out credit card debt because they're having to make ends meet, cover for energy, shelter, and food. If you want me to cover Polkadot, you're going to have to send me the article because I have no idea what you're talking about. I can't cover everything, every single project. You guys can send it to me. We take it for consideration, but you'll have to send it to me. Oh, you're mad at me now? Goodbye. The entitlement too. I don't know. I don't know what generation this is, man, but woof, entitlement's wild. Anyways, that's my thoughts on that. But let's go ahead and cover the charts. All right, so we're looking at altcoins right now. Altcoins are doing pretty good, even though Bitcoin dominance is up, which is wonderful. Also, too, if you'd like to trade with me on Kraken, they've got a lot of really cool spot pairs and whatnot over there, and they've got a 1-800 customer service hotline. Not your keys, not your coins. If you wanted degen, you can head over to Femex. They're giving up to $500 for new signups. So if you guys want to do that, great, fine, fantastic. But taking a look at Bitcoin dominance is up, and it's actually looking like it may hit about 58%. When we take a look at Bitcoin is actually getting ready to flip above 116,000. And this could potentially be, I love you too. This could potentially be because of interest rate cuts. People are anticipating rate cuts tomorrow. I don't like to trade based off of this news. A lot of people do because I'm not trading full time anymore. But at the same time, you do what works for you. Okay. Thank you. Now, Bitcoin, this is the daily. We're up. We're at 116,000. That checks out over there. If we do get rate cuts, I am anticipating Bitcoin to drop up. Thank you. I appreciate you. So there's that. Now, when we do take a look at Ethereum is dropping, which is a little bit weird because everything else is pumping. Solana is up though. So again, we do see that inverse relationship over here. Ethereum does have support about $4,300, which is great. Don't be mad at me. I'm on the mood today. XRP is up. We're holding the line at about $3.05 here. Chainlink Link is just chilling here at about $23. Hasn't moved a lot. Cardano popped up and caught on to support over here at 85 cents. Wonderful. HBAR is up a little bit. We have a swing low to 23 cents to about 23 cents. So nothing too terribly crazy. All right, more stuff coming. So base yesterday, we talked a little bit about base yesterday. Allegedly, what Jesse said over from base. Yes, rate cuts are tomorrow, Brandon. That's okay, Roro. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Hey, I know. Be nice to me. I'm just a girl, guys. This is the thing. Women, you get to be a little bit extra sassy if you know how to cook. And I cook a mean steak. I actually made ribeye yesterday. I didn't get to eat it. I was not feeling well. Anyways, back to this though. Make sure you guys smash like. Yes, rates are tomorrow. We're going to find out tomorrow, and I'm going to let you know right when I know. I'm not mad at you, Gilbert. I'm just being sassy because I'm really tired, and I had a sick kid this week, and I'm a little bit crabby. But it's okay. We got this. Okay, back to base. Okay, so base over here. Base announced yesterday that they're exploring launching a token for the Base network. Base is Coinbase's network. I was actually disappointed to hear that because Coinbase isn't my favorite for multiple different reasons. Number one, they didn't even list dog. Hello. Number two, I don't think they need a token. I thought it was really dope that they launched without a token. So we'll see what ends up happening. But they just announced a new bridge between Base and Solana, which is awesome. And again, interoperability is the future. So we love to see this. Now, the Ethereum Foundation launches DAI team to steer AI integration. This is interesting over here because AI is coming whether we like it or not. But this is basically focused on integrating AI into the Ethereum ecosystem. It's led by Ethereum dev David. They want to make Ethereum the coordination layer for AI agents. Primary focus is proposed standard for AI agent identity and interoperability, which again is important. Long-term goal is to build a decentralized AI stack that offers open, censorship-resistant alternative systems to AI systems. I like this. And again, one of the things we like to focus on in projects that are DeFi, AI, RWAs, Ethereum has that. Now, let's go ahead and get into the drama. It's not drama with HBAR. This is just news. This is like a rumor. Okay. So HBAR network buying TikTok US, HEDERA joins acquisition race. This article is from April 3rd of 2025. We talked about it before. So basically what happened here, HBAR was, or excuse me, I want to say is a foundation. Now it's HEDERA Foundation. Okay, so they're reportedly bidding to acquire TikTok US in partnership with OF founder Tim Stokely. This follows US pressure on ByteDance to sell TikTok US or exit the country. Competitors in the acquisition race include Amazon, Reddit, and the Ellison family. That was something we talked about on TikTok and Instagram in a short. So Ellison family is also in the bid. The interesting thing about the Ellison family is that I think the dad, he is a co-founder and largest shareholder of Oracle. And right now, Oracle has a place in Texas that is currently storing TikTok US data, which that was another big thing. So these are just all rumors. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen. However, HEDERA Foundation did post this yesterday. Okay. I don't know what this is. Like, some people are saying it's in reference to Texas, the other flag. I have no idea. It could be in reference to none of it at all. But we do know for a fact that there has been a bid. And TikTok is supposed to go dark eventually. So we're going to see what's going to happen. No, I'm not going to have tacos today. I'm going to have fish. I bought fish last week from Costco. I need to eat it today. I really wanted halibut. Okay. Halibut. So again, we don't know for sure if HEDERA is going to take over TikTok, buy it, the foundation. We have no idea. Okay. No idea. It's just rumors right now at this point. But anyways, some interesting news, some other news. HEDERA, as Tech Forward Award winner, HEDERA is featured as best in category for DeFi and crypto innovation in SiliconANGLE Buyer's Guide. Basically, they cover, they're from the Cube, and they cover different stuff over there. Okay. It was showcased in SiliconANGLE's 2025 Buyer's Guide. Also for Hashpack. And again, you guys know that we are partnered with HEDERA Foundation. And so we cover some of their stuff, but I love them in general. And I love Hashpack Wallet, my little hash browns. I love them. So this was also posted yesterday. News from Hashpack. Liquidity is on the move. HEDERA welcomes wrapped ETH inflows from across ecosystems as T1 bridge comes online. Wrapped ETH LPs are live on SaucerSwap, unlocking deeper liquidity, wider trading plays for all. Interoperability is 100% going to be the play. 100% in my opinion. So again, wrapped ETH can be transferred from HEDERA to via Stargate. Initial wrapped ETH liquidity is live on SaucerSwap, which is the top HEDERA DEX. We'd love to see it. Again, that's just a rumor that the foundation might buy TikTok or be in one of the parties that, well, we don't know. I have no idea. So I'm not telling you guys that this is just pure speculation. Okay. A pure rumor, pure speculation. That's all I'm saying. Over 400 layer 0 OFTs can now deploy into the deep ecosystem, and those are type of interoperable token using layer 0's protocol, and they're designed to move natively across multiple chains without needing to be wrapped or bridged in a traditional way. Wrapped ETH enables access to Ethereum liquidity on HEDERA, which is amazing because Ethereum is the top second crypto. No MEV, front-running your slippage on wrapped ETH transfers, which is amazing. Users can bridge wrapped ETH using MetaMask and Hashpack wallets. Wrapped ETH is fully ERC20 compatible and usable across HEDERA DeFi protocols, and liquidity providers can earn yield by supplying wrapped ETH on HEDERA. And Stargate wants to unify chains under a single liquidity layer. This is another reason what I absolutely love. It could be Dallas Cowboys deep in the heart of Texas. They do. I got some. But yeah, interoperability is immensely important. Very, 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 very much important. And projects that are able to do this successfully will be around for a while. So just so you guys know, I'm a really big Pee Wee Herman fan. Like loved him growing up, loved him as an adult. When I went to Texas, I made my cousins take me to the Alamo because I love him so much. And they did not treat him right. They did not. So I don't like that. All right. Avalanche. Bitwise adds Avalanche ETF to their filings list. Canary Funds updates the prospectus filing for their Litecoin ETF. Notably, it's due for final approval, decision, or denial by the SEC in the first week of October. So that's just some ETF stuff. We're going to cover that tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to cover these tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, this is PayPal news. PayPal expands to P2P crypto payments with Link's new feature. Link's is personalized use one-time link to enable users to send and receive payment requests. Cool. Cool. I wanted to kind of really cover this story. This one is really, really important. For those of you that are in London, I believe. Hold on. I got this stuff over here. All right. London Stock Exchange Group rolls out blockchain platform for tokenized private funds. So not only are we seeing this happen with BlackRock, they want to do it, and in the United States of America, it is happening over in London. So they launched a platform for tokenized private funds. And again, I think Robinhood just dropped it, etc. It's built on Microsoft Azure, and ARKX acted as a normie, or excuse me, the nominee on the first deal. ARKX also recently launched pool token functionality on HEDERA, enabling on-chain creation of multi-asset portfolios, aka anytime you see tokenization, it's a fancy word for RWAs, real-world assets. First token includes equal parts of money markets from Aberdeen, BlackRock, State Street, and Legal General, forming a digital fund of funds. So that's the news for today. I know it is a hard pull, right? Julie, I know, like, I loved him. I can't say too much on these platforms because but I liked, one of the things about me is in the way I was raised, you judge people based off of who they are as individuals, not as entire groups, because it's just stupid, because there's always outliers. And when you find an outlier, the outliers are always the bestest people ever. And I loved Pee Wee Herman. I was a really big part of my childhood. And I absolutely loved it. But before I go, I want to show you guys this shirt. I'm really excited about this because this is an $800 silk shirt, but I got it for $8 at the Goodwill on the Central Coast. It's a bit big. So it's a bit big. It's a size 8. I'm like a size 2 or 0, but I had to get it because of $8. Because it was $8. So yeah. Anyways, sending you guys love and light. I got to do a bunch of media. I got to go pick my mama up. And again, you guys, tomorrow, Fed rates. We're going to know if they're going to cut Fed rates or not. Thank you so much for rocking with me, for being with me. I love you guys. I love Goodwill. I don't really like Goodwill, but I shop there because Salvation Army is better. If you want to do charitable stuff, it's better. Anyway, sending y'all love and light. Thank you so much. I got second media coming out for you, 2 p.m. PT and 6 p.m. PT. That's a whole entire wrap up. Okay, love you. Okay, bye. Also, shout out to Dovu. I'm going to I got stuff